Today Wednesday 26th of August 2015. First let's look at the paper highlights. Today's newspaper. The Daily Mirror news highlight is Susil resigns. Resignation from post of UPFA General Secretary conveyed to President. United People Freedom Alliance Secretary Sunil Premajayanta yesterday resigned from his post and conveyed his decision to President Maithripala Sirisena, who is also the leader of the party. Mahinda Rajapaksa won't accept post of opposition leader. UPFA MP Mahinda Rajapaksa has said he will give political leadership to the parties and groups supporting him and will not accept the post of opposition leader in parliament but function as ordinary MP. It is Latin. SLFP asked to important portfolios. Sri Lanka Freedom Party is unhappy over the cabinet portfolios offered its members in the parliamentary discussion to set up the proposed national unity government, and move are underway to resolve these concerns in Latin. Another news from Daily Mirror. Sajin re-remanded. Colombo Court Magistrate Priyantha Liyanage yesterday ordered that Sajin Divas Gunawardena to be further remanded till September 8th in the case concerning of misuse of 23 vehicles belong to Presidential Secretariat. Another news highlight from Daily Mirror. Coca-Cola EPL suspended. The environmental protection license granted to the Coca-Cola beverage factory, which is being blamed for oil leaking into the Kalani River, has been temporarily suspended, Central Environmental Authority Chairman Professor Lal Dharmasiri said. Another news from Daily Mirror. Mervyn notice on white van obstruction. The Colombo Chief Magistrate yesterday issued the notice on former Minister Mervyn Silva to appear in court on November 11th to give the evidence and regard which to his allegation on the white van abductions. Now let's move to the paper highlights from Daily News. Unity Government MOU. Several clauses to be amended. Basic structure to remain. The Memorandum of Understanding between the SLFP and the UNP, the formed National Unity Government, will be amended shortly to include more clauses. SLFP Acting General Secretary Dumini Disanayake told Daily News yesterday. He said the received MOU would be announced when it is endorsed by the two parties. The existing clause will remain same. We have proposed some more addition to it to further enhance the cooperation between the two parties. The document will be signed soon after final agreement is reached, he observed. He added that discussions were ongoing between the UNP and the SLFP to come to final agreement on the allocation of minister. The new cabinet minister would be sworn in soon after this discussion. Our priority is discuss how well the two parties can get on with each other and how both parties can work towards the national agenda. The connection between the two parties must be consolidated, he added. Another highlight from Daily News. Balivatta question over alleged financial irregulation at CSN. The Financial Crime Investigation Division yesterday questioned former President Mahinda Rajapaksa's Media Coordinating Secretary Rohan Balivatta for the third time over the allegation financial irregulations of the Carlton Sports Network Television. Balivatta is the founding chairman of CSN Television. According to police sources, Balivatta was questioned for over 3 hours over his involvement in the alleged irregulation at the CSN. Police said investigations are being carried out to certain how funds were found on the established CSN2. Another highlight from Daily News. Austrian Airways to being direct flight here. Austrian Airways had made arrangements to operate a direct weekly flight to Sri Lanka from October 27th this year, said Civil Aviation Authority Director General HMC Nimalasiri. There is a result of bilateral talks between the civil aviation authorities of Austria and Sri Lanka at Bain Island, Indonesia in November 2014, he said. More highlights from Daily News. New Parliament sits on September 1st. The first sitting of the 8th Parliament will be held under the patronage of President Maithripala Sirisena on September 1st from 9:30 am to 3:30 pm. all newly elected MPs will take oath soon after the Parliament convenes at 9:30 am on September 1st. The Speaker, Deputy Speaker and the Deputy Chairman of committees will be selected from the MPs. UNP MP Gayan Gunathilaka will be appointed as Chief Government Whip, while UNP MP Lakshman Kiriyalla will be appointed as the Leader of the House. UPFA is firm they will sit on the opposition benches. Sri Lanka Freedom Party spokesman, former Minister Dilan Pereira, said yesterday that the opposition leader of the next parliament will be appointed when parliament meet on September 1st. United People Freedom Alliance sources, however, said the constitution parties of the UPFA have announced that they are ready to continue their struggle with the former president Mahinda Rajapaksa as their leader. Another news from Daily News. PHU won't contest future polls under current UPFA leadership. Pivithuru Helaurimiya will not contest in any more election under the current leadership of the SLFP UPFA as long as it acts as tail of the UNP PHU leader MP-elect Udaya Gammanpila said. A new political force will be established in the face of challenge. The UPFA connect to dissolve any ground due legal restriction, he said. He said the people should be extra cautious in all future elections because they may given ballot papers without purging them without placing the official seal and the back of the ballot paper. It happened in the time over 20 marked ballot papers were illegally.